Hi everyone, welcome back to Function Pilates. I'm Vanessa Kelly, and today I'm going to take you through a reformer workout using the dowel. So I have two versions of the dowel here. One is going to be the roll-up bar that we would use in the Cadillac or the Tower, where you can basically attach the eyelets to our straps here. If you don't have one of these, you can definitely just use a regular dowel that we would use during our short box series, and you can basically take it through your handles on both sides, or you can take your handles off and place the loops on, and then also place this dowel going right through the loops, and then you would just have to adjust your resistance according to each exercise that we do. So if you're ready to get started, let's go ahead and begin. Let's go ahead and begin on our back, and we'll get started with footwork. I have on 3.5 springs, which is 2 red, 1 green, and 1 yellow spring if you are working on a balanced body piece of equipment. Let's start with heels on parallel, toes pointed towards the sky, arms are long, reaching beside you, trying to relax through your neck, forming the natural curves of your spine, stabilizing through your pelvis, taking the exhale as you extend to straight legs and inhale to soften the knees. Think of pressing and activating through the back side of the legs and press. Let's come in for pulses. Little movement here, feeling the work right above the knee. And on that 10th one, go ahead and exhale, press out to straight legs and bend the knees to come back in. Beautiful. Coming down to your toes, heels are lifted, exhale, pressing out. So the key here is to keep the ankles in line with the knees and the knees in line with the hips. We want to think of railroad tracks here as we maintain this parallel position. And think of equal weight distribution through the ball of your foot as you push out long. Challenge yourself to keep your heels lifted. And again, focus on knitting those ribs together, drawing that belly down, and exhaling. Come in halfway, drop those heels, lift them up, drop them and lift. Do everything you can to not move the carriage. Anywhere from 4 to 6 is perfect. Getting some mobility through those ankles and then pressing out and returning home. Toes are on, heels together, and exhale, zipping through those inner thighs and activating, pulling up from your pelvic floor. Perfect. Feel those inner thighs wrap together and lift upward as you push out to straight legs. Focus on softening your jaw, and again, just drop those shoulders away from your ears to create a nice long arm here. And then we'll go into those heel drops. Heels are still together, lowering and lifting. Anywhere from 6 to 10 repetitions is perfect. Whatever you feel like your body needs today. And we're going to come out to wide heels on that foot bar. Line those knees up with your shoulders. Exhale, send it out to straight legs, and inhale to bend. Try to relax your facial muscles and doing everything you can to be in tune with your body. What is it feeling? And is it symmetrical? Do we feel equal parts of our body, left and right here? Push out, going out nice and long, coming in for tiny pulses once again, super small movements. You can feel the work right in the center of the quads. On that 10th one, press out and return back home. Let's come down to a wide position, staying on your toes and stretch. As you push out to straight legs, really focus on opening up through the front of your hips. Maybe even think about pressing the back of the knees down towards the floor without having to hyperextend your knee. If you already have hyperextension in your knees, try to have a micro bend so that you're actually not working just through the joints, but you're feeling the muscles here strengthening. Perfect. And bring it in. And again, heel drops here. Try to stabilize the carriage as you lower and lift. Perfect. These are not easy to do, so do the best you can. Anywhere from 4 to 6, and push out to long legs and return home. Let's move it back to the center, and then we'll start with those prances. So take a stretch here before you dive right in, And the key here is to stabilize those pelvis. So again, try to anchor the hips down. Try not to rotate or move through that lower body here, keeping your core nice and centered and focused. Let's return home, and we're gonna come on up. So I'm gonna make those adjustments to my springs, and I'm gonna go down to just one red spring, which is just one spring if you're working on a different piece of equipment. And I already have my dowel connected to the straps here. So if you haven't done that, go ahead and take a moment, set yourself up, and then send those arms to the sky as you allow for resistance. Tabletop those legs, and let's just begin here by exhaling, curling the head and the chest up, and inhale to lower. So we're going to try to ease into this. Exhale, lifting up. Good. Lower that down. Hold. Now lower the arms as the legs extend. Exhale, press. Reaching out through those legs. Again, if you feel like you're arching your back, aim your legs up a little higher. Now let's see if we can combine everything. Reach and lower. So if you found that one of those options was better for you, go ahead and keep that going. If you like the extra challenge by combining the movements together, feel free to join in. Beautiful. We're exhaling to lift up and inhale to lower back down. Good. Hold it there. And then we're going to go ahead and extend the legs and lift the arms. So the only difference here is that I'm maintaining flexion the whole time. But if this doesn't feel good for you, go ahead and drop that head down. Perfect. Exhale, press. Exhale, push through those lats. And again, reach and lower everything down. Let's take a moment and stretch out the low back by windshield wiping those knees back and forth. Perfect. We'll set ourselves back up again, arms up. Legs are finding their way to tabletop one at a time. And then from here, we're going to add in obliques. You're going to curl up to the right side, and we'll stay on this side, stretching out through that right leg nice and long. Perfect. Going anywhere from 5 to 10 repetitions. Rotating through the spine. Try not to bend your elbows. And then other side, we reach. So I'm doing 6 today. Again, focus on what feels good for your body. Every day is going to be different. And exhale, rotate. Beautiful. From here, we're going to go ahead and curl up, hold it. We're going to drop the dowel from side to side and then lower back down. Let's do that a few more times. So we're lifting, and it's like you're creating this rainbow, and then lower. Good. Exhale, curl up, dip the dowel to the right, dip it to the left, and return home. Perfect. Okay. Going into some tricep presses. Elbows are in next to our ribs. Tabletop those legs. And we're going to straighten out those arms and straighten out those legs. So again, you can keep a tabletop position. You just have to reach your knees out a little further from you. And in this variation, I'm going to keep my legs straight, lowering for that extra challenge in the abs, and really pushing through the back of the arms. And then rest it. Very nice. So from here, we're going to go ahead and take it into our hip work. So I'm still on that one spring, that one red spring, and I'm just going to take my feet, my toes specifically, onto the dowel, but find a good placement for you where you feel like you're not going to lose it. And then in this 90-degree position, we'll go into tick-tocks where you're going to lower the legs down and inhale to bring it back up. Exhale to lower those legs down and inhale to bring it back up, really resisting the weight. You're resisting the tension here and not allowing those springs to take control of you. Beautiful job. Again, doing your inventory check-in. So how's your jaw feeling? How are your shoulders feeling? Are the arms long? Do you feel the energy coming out from your feet? And press out into frog. Heels are together, toes apart. You can stay in a parallel position too and try to keep the knees tracking in line with your body. And notice how challenging that might feel just to balance equal weight distribution as you press out. So let's combine that. Push out. Keep those legs in parallel here. Bend the knees, extend out to 45. Inhale, lift the legs up. We soften the knees. Exhale, push through the glutes and the hamstrings. Yes. Scoop that belly in, really helping to protect the low back, but really strengthening those deep, stabilizing ab muscles. Exhale, press. Let's reverse it. Take it up. Exhale, push through those inner thighs and hamstrings. See if you can feel the difference here. And anywhere from 4 to 6 repetitions for each of these is sufficient. Again, this is all about strengthening our hips here. Exhale, press. It's also challenging our balance. Good. So we're going to go ahead and take it into short spine. So this is a spinal articulation exercise where you'll want to have that head rest down flat if it already was not. So push to straight legs, fold in half, press through your arms, peel your spine up, hold it at the top, softening those knees down towards your eyesight and lower your spine down piece by piece. Tailbone connects to the mat. Exhale, push out. Beautiful. Let's try that again. So you're inhaling, let those legs come towards you. Use your exhalation, peeling yourself up, hold, bend the knees. Exhale, articulate, roll through the spine and push on out. Even if you can't come up all the way to your shoulder blades, do little baby short spines. Maybe you're peeling up just to, where your bra line is or right in the middle of the back here. And then press it out. Perfect. All right, so let's go into some single leg work here, just to challenge our hips and abs once more. So straight leg out with that right side. Make sure the left foot is in the very center of that dowel. Exhale, pressing down to a long leg. Good. And then soften that knee in. Exhale, push again through the glute and hamstring for 3. Exhale, push out for 2. And 1, hold. Switching sides carefully. And feel free to bend those knees in towards your chest there, guys, and adjust it with your hands. Exhale to press down. Inhale, return back up again. Good, nice and long. Feeling everything through those legs. Soften the knee and press. Exhale, press. One more time. Perfect. And bringing it back in. All right, so we're going to take that off. Find your foot bar carefully. And then from here, we're going to still stay on that one red spring. Headrest is already down, so just send those legs right through the headrest in between those shoulder blocks and grab a hold of the dowel on the very outsides of the eyelets or the loops, however you're holding that. We're going to roll ourselves back. Nod that chin, tuck that tailbone, scoop. Good, shoulders down. And exhale, return back up to the very top. Inhale, nod the chin. Exhale, tuck that tailbone, lower yourself back. Good, hold, scoop that belly, push those feet down and restack the spine. You got it. Watch the shoulders here, keep the arms long. Again, trying to avoid bending. And then we're going to go around the world here. So tilt that dowel like a steering wheel, and we're going over to the right, scoop, focus on the obliques. And maybe think about when you were a kid, when you used to hula hoop, really orbiting around that belly button, coming back up to the top. Other side, tuck that tailbone under, circle it over towards the right. Beautiful. Just find a nice rhythm here. And exhale, return up. Good, hold there. Nice and tall for me. Bend those elbows to bring that dowel in towards your sternum. And then facilitate the movement from the back of the shoulders through the entire backside of your torso. So it's not necessarily the arms that are pulling in, although you will feel them. Arms are straight. Let's lift back up. Facilitate this movement from your shoulder. And exhale, lift. Inhale to control that as it lowers down. And doing the best you can to stabilize your torso. We're going to combine this. Pull in, straight arms, lift up. You got it. Again, the goal is to stay in this nice upright position. So if you feel like your hamstrings are feeling pretty tight today, soften those knees. That's totally acceptable. And you may have to go down to a lighter weight, and that's okay too. So going to that blue spring or a half spring. Flipping those palms up, we're going to go ahead and pull in for that row. Good. Again, really facilitating that movement through our backside. And bicep curl it here. Co-contract. Feel your bicep, feel your tricep working together. Good job here, guys. And exhale to pull and inhale, lengthen. Combining it. Long neck, looking straight ahead. And exhale, pull, release. Awesome. From here, we're going to go into what we call thigh stretch. So I'm going to come to my knees, grab a knee pad if you need it for your knees. Again, we're still on that one spring. And we're going to take this as we exhale, pull in. You're going to hinge from the kneecap here and release. So this exercise is a full body integration exercise. You're going to feel your abs. You're going to feel the front of your thighs deep into the quads. So it does help to strengthen those knees, all those muscles that surround it. So doing the best you can to lower back and lift. And notice my feet are at the very edge of the carriage here. So your knees are not fully up against the shoulder blocks. Good job here, guys. From here, we're going to stay kneeling and we're going to go into a kneeling rotation. So getting deeper into the obliques. So holding on with your left hand at the bottom of the dowel, right hand at the very top, shoulders down, elbows bent. Inhale there and exhale to rotate. Good. We're going to do 5 here. Once again, you want to think of your body kind of like a corkscrew lifting upward. And as you rotate, really work on those obliques activating. Perfect. So another 5, but we're going to switch the arm position because I'm sure you felt the tension being pulled from one arm here. So we want to make sure that we're balanced and even out. Good. 3 more. Exhale, rotate, inhale through center. Exhale, rotate, and inhale through center. Nice. Good work. So let's go ahead and take it to the other side. So if you are using just a regular dowel and not one that is connected to the eyelets, you would just have it in your loop and making sure that you have a good grip there so that you don't lose the dowel in the loop. Let's get into position, a slight separation with those knees nice and tall, and exhale. We rotate. Using your breath to really facilitate the movement. And then as you rotate, drop those shoulders a little bit more. See what a difference it makes. Switching hand position. Once again, we're going to use our exhale to rotate, doing the best to keep your hips squared, facing forward. You got it. Exhale, twist, and return. Perfect. So from here, we'll go ahead and reconnect the dowel to both of those straps. And then I'm going to lower the weight down to a half spring. So it's a blue spring here. We're going to face forward and carefully grab that dowel over your head. And then holding on, palms are down to the very outside of the dowel here. And I'm going to soften my knees here. So this is a modification for those that have a challenging time sitting here. So exhale to press out. Think of salute. So elbows are wide, reaching in opposition. And you're pushing from your chest, you're pushing from the back of the arms. Reach. Straight arms, challenge ourselves here. Lowering and lifting, but don't let the straps pull you back so you know your limitations. So if that means you can't come all the way up to frame your ears, that's totally fine. Go ahead and lift those arms up to the point where you feel like you're going to lose your balance, and then that's your stopping point. Perfect. And return it back in. And we're going to go ahead and take those arms on the outside of the rope so they're not bothering us. And then I'm going to show a variation with straight legs here. So we're going to deliver the tray. Exhale, reach out, and inhale to bend. Exhale, reach out, and inhale to bend. So focus on the front of the shoulders here. Shoulders down. Maybe lift the chest up a little bit more to be careful not to lose your height. Good work here, guys. We're going to go ahead and come on out of there. And we're going to start to finish things up here with our workout. So I'm going to remove the dowel, have it handy. We're going to take the box on, so it is long ways, heading into some back extension. So take your time here, place it up against the shoulder blocks. If you like the foot bar down, take that down so it's out of the way, and then lying on your stomach. Legs are separated. I like to have separation between the feet, mainly so that if you do have low back discomfort, this doesn't aggravate it or create any more discomfort for you. So we're going to go into Superman. So you're going to lift your arms and legs together. Let's squeeze those glutes, guys. And inhale to lift, lengthen out through your fingers, lengthen out through your toes. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, lower down. On extension work, we want to use that inhalation to lift. Perfect. We have a little treat here. So we're going to hold, flutter kick those legs, use those hamstrings and those glutes. We have it. And then lower down. Let's try that one more time. So same variation. You're going to lift up into your Superman. When you're ready, lower everything down and lift as you inhale. Exhale to lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Let's do 2. And on the next one, we're going to hold. Let's flutter kick it again, guys. You have it. Keep breathing. And then lower everything back down. Awesome work. So set the dowel down on the floor here. And then let's just do a nice stretch. So let's go ahead and walk ourselves up. Grab the risers in front of you and just let your body hang. Just feel the traction here as you just stretch out the spine and create separation between the discs. And then carefully begin to bring yourself back, exit off to the side, and we're going to finish it with some stretches here. So we'll use the box and take it into a piriformis stretch. So let's have your right leg up first. And I'm pushing off my left foot here to have movement, to create movement. And what this is doing, it's actually just allowing you to get a little deeper into the stretch. So you can or cannot, you don't have to do this. But it feels good if you're really wanting to get a deeper stretch today. And then hamstring stretch. So make sure you look at your left foot. Is it parallel, looking straight ahead? Nice and tall, hinging from your hips. And then think of pulling those right toes towards you and pushing the back of the right knee towards the floor. Come up and we'll take it into an IT band stretch. So just simply taking that right foot and pointing those toes to the opposite side of the room here. And I'm sure everyone will feel that right away. Good. Let's go to the other side. Again, I'm walking to the other side because I'm taking my left leg up, right toes are on the floor, and I'm going to push off my right foot to create some movement here. Try to relax your shoulders and stay tall. Even though this isn't necessarily an exercise, we're stretching, we still want to have proper form if we can allow it. And then take it into that hamstring stretch. So hips are squared. Right foot is looking straight ahead. Hinge from the hips. Don't round your spine. Breathe. And then return up. Take that left foot over to the right side of the box. Turn those toes away. Maybe a slight hinge forward. You may or may not even need it. Good job, guys. Let's finish it with our 2 roll downs today. Breathe, arms up, forward fold, fingertips towards the floor. And when you're ready, begin to restack your spine up 1 vertebra at a time. Shrug those shoulders back. Thank you again, guys, for being here today, working out with me. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, please feel free to send comments and hit that thumbs up button, and we'll see you next time.